I want to talk to you about Quill versus Crown Office Supplies versus Wayfair Professional. Of course, we are speaking about net 30 accounts, right? So let's say you are a startup or you have an established business and you're trying to establish credit, right? And you're looking for a net 30 account. Should you go with Quill net 30 or Crown Office Supplies net 30 or Wayfair Professional net 30? So here's a review I want you to think about. I want to first start with Quill. When you think about Quill, I want you to think about a supplier that does actually provides all kinds of stuff. So, are you looking for office furniture? Are you looking for equipment? Are you looking for tech? Basically, you are able to get everything and even more with Quill. That's really fantastic. Okay, and with Quill's Net 30 account, what happens here is that you get your essentials immediately, but you still maintain a healthy cash flow, and that's what you want anyway, right? You're trying to really make sorry about that. You're trying to make sure that you have a healthy cash flow. You are having a healthy delta between your cash inflows and cash outflows. So that's really fantastic. Okay, and what you will love about Quill's Net 30 account is that this service actually reports to Dun and Bradstreet and also Experian Business. So you have 2 out of 3 business credit bureaus. That's really fantastic right off the bat. So Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. Quill right now doesn't report to Equifax Business as of yet. And but one thing for sure, when you think about Quill's Net 30 account, you are able to get things done a lot faster. That's really fantastic. So when you think about the pros and cons of Quill, it's very accessible. I'm talking about the pros first. The Net 30 account from Quill is very accessible. And actually, the company offers a rewards program. It's accessible in the sense that you don't need to be an established business to qualify. You can qualify even as a startup. In terms of the rewards program, basically you are able to get a free shipping on orders $25 and up, and you earn 1 point for every dollar you spend. And best of all, this rewards program is free. So you have the rewards program, the rewards plus, and you also have a preferred program. So a preferred program actually costs a little bit, and this is for large businesses that want to receive free shipping on all orders. If you want to have a dedicated account manager and also custom pricing for your specific needs. So, but you got to really get in touch with customer service to actually see if you qualify. So that's important to think about. So when you think about Quill Net 30, what kind of drawbacks should you actually envision? Well, the first thing is that you have to really understand that you are not going to get approved you're not going to be let's say be reported to Equifax, right? So if you care about having a trifecta, like a tri credit score reporting process, you're not having that with Quill. That's for sure. Quill only limits its reporting to Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. That's number one. Number two, one thing you need to think about is that Quill actually is pretty strict when it comes to payment. They'll give you a net 30 account, but if you don't pay within net 30, you are basically they start charging you penalties. They start charging you fees on the first day after the 30-day period is over. So be very careful about Quill on that front. So what are the net 30 approval requirements if you think about Quill? Well, basically, what you are gonna love about Quill is that you have a short application process, and you also have instant approval. So basically, you have a net 30 account real fast. Okay, all you need to provide are 3 things. You need to provide your business information, your financial information, and also a purchase history. Because Quill just wants to have a clear idea about how much you might purchase, and also what kinds of stuff you might actually be interested in purchasing. So when I speak about business information, you want to provide things like your business name, first name, last name, the legal entity type, LLC, S corporation or C corporation, contact details, and so on. In terms of financial information, you might have to provide your credit score, not your business credit score per se, but your personal credit score. And if you have a business credit score, maybe Quill will ask you also. So this is good, and your purchase history. That's really fantastic to think about also. But be sure that you tell Quill what kinds of stuff you want to buy. And so one thing for sure, if you actually you want to start little, and you can start with buying like $300 worth of goods and paying it off, and then building from there, right? It's not about just going strong real fast. Start small and build a strong foundation from there. That way, that's going to help your your posture vis-a-vis Quill. Okay, so that your Quill Net 30 account could be actually be upgraded to a Quill Net 45 or Quill Net 60. It is totally possible. I want you to think about Crown Office supplies if you are thinking about Net 30 account this year. And when you think about Crown, I want you to think about a company that focuses specifically on helping you buy office supplies and school supplies while building business credit. So you can do both at the same time. And but the thing is that Crown has a different strategy, because Crown, they charge you an annual membership fee, so that once you pay that fee, you can make purchases using their buy now, pay later system that actually reports on-time payments to a Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax business. So basically with Crown, you have a service that actually reports to all three business credit bureaus. So that's kind of cool. So if you are a new business, if you are an established business, you can actually utilize this system, this Net 30 account, to actually build credit real fast. Okay, and you have Net 30 terms, you have Net 45 terms, Net 60 terms, depending on the kind of profile you have. And but with Crown, you have to really think specifically, as the title of the company explains. You are focusing on office products, okay? Office supplies. So you have pens, you have pencils, you have markers, you have crayons, you have files, folders, you have sticky notes, you have notebooks, binders, among other things, okay? So this is you have no industrial supplies. You have no. It's mostly office supplies. And so before applying for your Net 30 Crown Office Supplies account, you should know that it does have a few restrictions. So vendor accounts are only approved for US-based businesses. They have been open for at least 90 days. So you got to be in business for at least 3 months to qualify. And the applicant must have or be a trustee of 25% or greater ownership of the company that's applying for credit. So you, the representative applying for credit, you got to be in charge. You got to have an equity level that's 25% or more before you can actually apply on behalf of the company you're applying for. So just be aware of that little technicality, because otherwise the Crown Office is not going to approve you. So how do you apply for a Net 30 Crown Office Suppliers Net 30 account? So the thing is that you have a pretty straightforward application. So at the beginning of the form, you initially have to set up your account, login details, username, email, and password. But don't forget that you have to pay. There's an annual fee though. And the annual fee is pretty. I mean, some people think it's a lot, but hey, listen, that's the cost to actually establish credit. They are charging you $99. Okay. So approval of your vendor account at Crown Office Supplies requires that you pay an annual membership fee of $99, and this fee provides access to your trade line and reporting to Dun & Bradstreet. You have Equifax, but also Experian. And here we are speaking about all transactions with a minimum purchase of $30 or more. So you got to be $30, okay? And in terms of what you need to apply with Crown Office, you need your employer identification number, so your EIN. You got to have a DUNS number to get trade line reporting at Dun & Bradstreet. You got to have a business phone number, preferably one that's easily searchable in 411 listings. You got to have a legal business name, address, and phone number. You got to have the organization type. So like there is a drop down choice for you to choose, like whether you are an LLC, that you are, let's say, LLC, S corporation, C corporation, LP, or what have you. Also, you gotta think about the like there could be other requirements. So approval is really straightforward. So what happens here is that after you submit your application, a Crown representative will contact you by email to let you know if you have been approved or not. And after approval, you can start shopping for the items you need, and you only need to pay your balance on time and in full to receive your monthly credit boost. So this is something to really think about. So close your eyes and think about the Crown as a great tool. You are able to get things done a lot fast, but you have to actually pay $99. Okay, so this is an important element to think about. Now you have other players. Basically, Crown is not the only one that charges you. Okay, but hell, if you want a faster approval program, you might as well just pay this fee and get it over with. Okay, that's an important element to think about. I want you to think right now about Wayfair professionals. So again, we're also having a conversation about Quill versus Crown versus Wayfair. And when you think about Wayfair, I mean, you have to really understand that Wayfair does a lot of things. And you have so Crown focuses on office supplies. Quill does a little bit of everything, kind of similar to Wayfair. So with Wayfair, you have products like furniture, appliances. You have lighting, okay? And so, for instance, if you, let's say, you've been thinking about decorating or equipping your business with some kinds of products that Wayfair actually sells, then you can actually use this vendor to build the business credit while also getting good deals at the same time, okay? And Wayfair actually doesn't report to all three credit bureaus. They report to two. They report to Dun & Bradstreet and Experian Business. But with Wayfair, you have a lot of products. You have over 40 to 45 million products. And Wayfair actually is known for its occasional promotion round. So that's kind of fantastic. They have sales all the time. So that's really fantastic, okay? And one thing I want to say is that when you think about Wayfair, I want you to think about scalability. I want you to think about flexibility. And most importantly, I want you to think about affordability. Why? Because Wayfair, unlike Crown Office Supplies, is not charging you anything. Like, they don't charge you $99 for their program. No, you're not paying anything at all. You just get involved in the program, in the Net 30 process, and that's it. Okay. Now, something to note is that Wayfair offers what's called a professional account, which technically has a 60-day terms for B2B customers in the United States. However, for non-US customers that pass a credit check, Wayfair offers Net 30 terms. Okay. So for the sake of simplicity, we just count it as a Net 30 account. But just want to say that there is a possibility of having a Net 45 account or even a Net 60 account. So that's totally possible, especially when it comes to the volume of transaction you actually process through the platform. One thing for sure, when you think about Wayfair, I want you to think about flexibility, but most importantly, I want you to think about a comprehensive area of products. Okay, basically you have 40 to 45 million products from over 20,000 suppliers. So a lot of things. Okay, and we love the fact that Wayfair has a solid presence in the States and Canada, solid presence in Europe as well. Okay, and that's really fantastic. And so we love that a lot. I mean, you're gonna love the fact that Wayfair is always having sales, so that you have a lot of possibilities to save money. Really, think about it. I mean, right now, if you're trying to really, let's say, cover trying to make sure you manage your cash inflows and cash outflows properly, Wayfair can actually help you out. I mean, and because when you think about the sales that Wayfair has, you have a possibility to save 40 to 60%. That's really cool. You have a clearance sales, you have Black Friday deals, you have promo codes, you have rewards. That's really fantastic, and you might have a coupon for every transaction also. So that's really cool. And also, in terms of applying for a Wayfair professional account, you have a pretty straightforward process. Okay, so you have to choose your industry, you have to submit your contact info, you have to verify your business, and that's it. Wayfair is not really trying to ask you like all kinds of questions, trying to make this complicated, like with Granger, for instance, or even Quill for that matter. Wayfair is more straightforward. Okay, so they'll ask for your personal information, your business name, your address, your test ID /EIN, your business start date, your annual sales, your net income, your gross profit, and that's it. I mean, once you get that info, Wayfair will get back to you real fast. Okay. And one thing I want to say is that when you think about Wayfair, I want you to think about a 30-day account, net 30-day account, or even a net 60-day account. That's what I said a little earlier, right? But you want to go for the next 60, and then if you can't get it, you can try the net 30. So that's kind of cool. You have, but your only your data is been reported to 2 out of 3 business credit bureaus. So not all 3 of them, not Equifax, only Experian Business, but also Dun and Bradstreet. So, Quill versus Crown Office Supplies versus Wayfair Professional. Which one should you go for in the first place? Well, before I answer that question for you, you got to really ask yourself that you, like when you choose a net 30 account, you got to have a certain process in place, right? I mean, right now, your business, what do you need in your business? Do you need to beef up your personal credit score or your business credit score? Are you more focused on financial cash inflows versus cash outflows? Are you interested in the actual supplies you are buying the from the net 30 vendor, or are you interested in how many credit bureaus are covered? Those are really important elements to think about, because when you think about net 30 accounts, you have a lot of benefits, that's for sure, but you also have drawbacks, right? And because the thing is that when you have drawbacks, the drawbacks is the fact that one drawback is the fact that when you apply for a net 30 account, a net 30 vendor actually may approve you or decline you based on your personal credit. So there is always a correlation between your personal credit score and your business credit score if you have one. So your personal credit score, you always have a personal credit score for sure. Either you have credit or you have no credit, or you have bad credit. So that correlation can take some time to actually break. But that's what you want in the first place. You want to establish business credit. In other words, you want to make sure that you are able to dissect. I mean, not dissect. You are able to segregate your personal financial affair from your business financial affair. Okay. Now, whether you go with Quill or Crown Office Supplies or Wayfair Professional, there are some factors that influence net 30 terms all the time across the board. So those factors will have a correlation to your PDES score. So whether your PDES score is above 80 or below 80, it really depends on your payment history, on a business credit report, business finances, your relationship with a vendor. That's an important element, okay? And how early do you pay? So like things like your ability to pay real fast also has a big impact. So basically, here is a choice: Quill versus Crown Office Supplies versus Wayfair Professional. Which one should you go for? Our choice is very simple. Wayfair is the best choice among the 3. Why? Because Quill actually doesn't have a lot of products in its catalog. Crown Office is charging you $99 per year to actually qualify you, and Wayfair is not charging anything. Wayfair has more products, so you're speaking about 40 to 45 million products, and on top of that, Wayfair is actually reporting to Dun and Bradstreet and Equifax. Not all 3 of them, but two out of 3 is good. And what we love about Wayfair is that they're not charging you anything per year, so that's kind of cool. So here's the epilogue to this conversation. So I just finished talking to you about Quill versus Crown Office Supplies versus Wayfair Professional, and I actually talked to you about the review of this comparative analysis, and then I give you the approach, the choice, and finally the epilogue. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.